Okay, hey, this is Ann Deliano. I'm here in Austin, Texas with Dick Lavine, Center for Public Policy Priorities.
Right.
Dick, what was your main issue at the Texas legislature?
As it turned out, my main issue this session was Chapter 313 school property tax abatements for wind farms and nuclear plants and big manufacturing projects.
And what happened with your issue?
Well, what they wanted to do is just extend the program for 4 more years, even though it costs the state $600 million over the lifetime of each agreement for each year that it's extended. And I worked really closely with Lois Kolkhorst, who's a rural Republican member, but who knows about economic development and knows how to do it right and could see what was wrong with this program. We worked together starting in the fall drafting legislation. We didn't quite get her bill through, but important parts of her bill did get put on the bill that finally passed. They only got a 3-year extension. There's more transparency. There's a limit on the payments that these people were making to the school districts to kind of encourage them to sign these abatement agreements.
Okay.
And there's going to be a study in the interim, so we're going to do it all over again next session.
So how does that affect a normal Texan then?
Well, the thing is that if these big businesses don't pay their taxes, somebody else is going to have to pay for schools. So as much as we can hold down on these completely unjustified tax breaks, it'll help homeowners by keeping their taxes down, or it'll help their kids by having more money for better schools.
Now, are you talking about incentive programs that are given to businesses, or their regular property tax bill being a more fair share?
They're so-called incentive programs, but in a lot of cases, these are projects that are going to come anyway. And if they had to pay their property taxes, they'd still come to Texas, but we'd have more money for our schools.
I'm so happy you worked on that, and I'm also so happy that you worked with a Republican. You're very progressive. That shows that you can cross the line and get good things done.
No, it was terrific working with her.
That's
awesome.
I
worked with Senator Eltife, another
also
Republican. And I also worked with Senator Ogden, the chair of the Finance Committee, because in fact he gave a very good speech on the Senate floor late one night in the last week of the session against another bill, saying, you know, if we give away all these business tax breaks, there won't be anybody left to pay for our schools.
Wow.
And
Dick,
he said it, a Democrat didn't.
I have chills right now because you are such a good advocate, and it's so great to hear you got that good thing done.
Yeah, no, it's fun working with him.
Let me see, what was the worst thing that happened this session in your opinion at the end of the day? It just ended yesterday.
Right. Well, you know, on the stuff that I concentrated on, we held off the really bad things from happening.
That's so awesome. Then what about stuff that you don't even work on? What was your biggest disappointment as a person?
You know,
as a Texan.
All the focus was on the CHIP bill, which would have allowed families to buy into the CHIP program. But what I was most disappointed on did not get quite as much attention was on Medicaid. People, these are the poorest people, the most needy people, have to come back every 6 months to prove their eligibility. It should be every 12 months. It used to be every 12 months.
Right.
And they made it harder on people as a way of keeping people from getting benefits that they really need.
So yeah.
And that's the bill I wish it passed.
I'm glad you pointed that out. And my last question is, what would you like to see change before next session? If you could pick one thing in Texas to change before next session.
What killed me about a lot of these bills, these giveaways, is too many legislators, instead of saying, gee, this is bad public policy, we should stop this, they said, oh, how can I get in on this?
So what would change?
I would like legislators to think a little more about the state as a whole and policy as a whole, rather than getting their cut of the action.
I love it. Dick, thank you.